Alright, let's go over this review so I can live the rest of my life. Of course, Double or Nothing was just recently Sunday, and I just want to go over what I thought was good, what I thought was bad, and what I thought overall was a show. So other than that, we had the buy-in that had Serena Deeb defeat the former AEW Women's Champion Riho for the NWA Women's title. Don't really care. Then we had, of course, the opener, and I'll say this. When the fans come back, the fans really come back. You know how to tell when the good matches, and that is contrivably the pop. It's never the chanting. It's never the gay-ass crowds trying to go over the bare minimum of star power. It's like the basic pop over what I thought, in my opinion, was a good match opener. Below 15 minutes, Brian Cage looked like a superstar. Hangman on Page looked like a superstar. Basic face turn for Brian Cage over rejecting the constant help over FTW after the F5 over the top rope couldn't work. A moonsault over the outside over Hangman and Page. He literally deadlifted him into a powerbomb several times until it got reversed into a Hurricane Rana over from the top. There was a lot of fun spots, bro. Really fun spots. Discus lariats. Adam Page nearly was about to take out Weapon X. A Dude Buster got reversed. Everything was going good until the finish where Ricky Starks was about to give him the FTW title just for him to cheat over a distraction by Hook until he rejected the offer, trying to get Hook out the way, toss away Adam Page until it gave him enough time for the buckshot lariat. And the pop was all over the place. I love the reaction over from the fans. It looked good. And I have to say, pretty good match opener, bro. You always like to hear whenever the crowd got over. On every spot, there wasn't no stupid chanting. It was actually, a good opener. Like, and you have the constant yammering over, oh, but we're good. And the Fujiwara armbar, and it's like the same shit all the time by Excalibur, and it annoys me. It feels like JR that was barely saying much over the show, other than Mark Henry came. That I was like, okay, what is Mark Henry gonna do? Keep bringing these XWE guys. You don't get the top free agent that you literally wasted a pay-per-view on over a debut. You don't push him over to the win the pay-per-view battle royal. Yeah, Christian Cage did not win. Spoilers. Then we had, of course, the build-up for the AEW Tag Team Title match involving Eddie Kingston and John Moxley. That were number one in the rankings over 2 wins. I don't know how this ranking system works either. I don't know how you precipitate like wins over tag teams that have double-digit win-loss records and have over at least 50 matches in their history. And now we got the Young Cucks in this match, and the match was so dragged over. Uh, Seriously, the non-tag title matches were better than this. Like BTE, like repeated BTE triggers, like super kick, stunned over, super kick, pile driver, that wheelbarrow into a DDT, like it was so dragged over just for the spots to mean something. He did. There was Matt Jackson did a Randy Savage elbow drop and a leg drop for 2. Moxley came out and just knocked him out with his forearm. It just felt so dragged over. Did I count off a super kick again? A paradigm shift. Broke the pin. Another one. Break the pin. I don't mind breaks of a pin because at least it leans more suspense that your tag team partner is always trying to get you out of there because you know you don't have enough power to kick out. So probably having more suspense in a tag match is a bit more dangerous than a one-on-one because just having a guy repeatedly kick out of your finish is always more unrealistic than your tag team partner that has the opportunity to stop the pin. I don't mind that. But when it happens to 27 times over a match that's not even with more than 2 other tag teams, it just comes around looking repetitive. The match was fine, it just dragged over. Young Cucks retained with repeated BTE triggers to the face. that's about it. Like, this was a nothing tag team. If we were gonna force over the belts over a tag team that was obviously not that over. We had the Battle Royal. A Battle Royal. Yep, a Battle Royal. We had Casino Battle Royal involving Jobbers and Christian Cage. Anthony Bowens, Max Caster didn't have the best rhymes, I would say, when he got eliminated. And he was like the later spots of getting eliminated, like when Private Party and Matt Hardy came over. Uh, Clothesline, there was like Nick Carrillo and Mr. Ten going a square off, even though they're both jobbers, part of jobber factions. They tried to like look like badasses. They started fighting each other until Mr. Ten got eliminated earlier over the matchup. Jungle Boy comes out of as the conceived favorite, even though he's like built like albino slave. Uh, Christian Cage that comes over with at least the second most eliminations. Like just comes up like at least eliminating like what 5 people. Then we had Leo Rush coming over. Yeah, Leo Rush came to the AEW, folks. Uh, After his indie tour, he's back to another indie. He did some cool spots. Leo Rush has, I think, for even a cruiserweight, the guy has the best charisma, can talk, actually has, like, musical talent. So we know he's, like, a talented individual. I just thought that he was underutilized over on WWE, because there could have been more stuff he could have done while managing Lashley, especially now that he's world champion. I thought they lost a boat on it. But MVP's a good replacement, because we know that he's also a perceived talker. They make him a jobber just to make sure that Lashley looks like he can carry the entire squad. It's just so dumb. And as soon as Leo Rush came, he just got forcibly eliminated. By the way, Pentagon come over, just slapping everybody, like doing the zero meter thing, trying to pretend that he's still a badass, while dressed up over as the Joker. Then he got eliminated. Then I think it was just Christian Cage, Anthony Bowens, I think was eliminated. I think it was Matt Hardy, and of course, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy won the whole thing, so he gets a title shot. Just the next night after Kenny just won the world title, you guys already advertised that we'll be in St. Louis and Chicago for our pay-per-views when we return to live crowds come July. And the build that you have, you're just giving the guy a title shot in just under a week? Yikes. Like, what's up to the lower card jobbers? Why not Christian Cage? Just advertise the match. Hell, let Kenny cheat. Forgettable Battle Royal. Not much has happened. This is at least better than the Tag Team Battle Royal from just Revolution, because there wasn't much dragged over spots. Didn't feel that as adhesively choreographed, and it was cool to see Leo Rush, but they advertised over a Hall of Fame talent, and it just kind of was underwhelming. Even though I like Leo Rush. Then we had Anthony Ogogo facing off against Cody Rhodes. And this match was so shit. Okay, I'm gonna take that back automatically because how retarded that sounds. But other than that, it was Anthony Ogogo versus Cody Rhodes, America versus British. Against the United Kingdom, in the most worst build-up ever. He beats up the leader of the faction. Anthony Ogogo was British and had an undefeated streak beating jobbers. And then he faces off against Cody. Had a weigh-in. That's it. We fade to black. That's the build. That's the build, folks. AEW's best on long-term storytelling when it doesn't matter. And just to get Cody over. Just to forcibly make this a Euro versus America angle. Even though you could have done this better. It is so stupid. Get this overgrown Anthony Bowens looking jobber away from me. Just to have, like, just the male fan base go gaga over 2 grown men wearing tidy whities, tight underwear, during their weigh-in. Not you what? You expect me to say female wrestling fans? Okay, tell me, like 5 female wrestling fans you know personally. I can only name like one or two, and one of them is Datilla. So I'm just telling you, like, so I can't. This match was so goddamn bad. This match was bad. I understand they were trying to forcibly do this because it was taking place during of like a day before Memorial Day. So, we're doing this for Memorial Day. Respect to the troops. It's like that's the build. Really? Like gut punches. Cody cutter, disaster kick, gut punch, arm drag, barely a sell over to the ribs over most of this. So Anthony Ogogo already doesn't know how psychology works, and the match just continues to drag over with Cody just trying to do spot over spot and not selling over that most of his moves require core strength. Like, ugh. We got the figure four. Ogogo comes with jabs over to the midsection to break over the fall. That was the only average part of the match. The only cool spot I remember was at least like Brian Cage's like one arm twisting neck breaker that he did on Hangman Adam Page. This match was just a nothing match that forcibly got Cody over to win a pay-per-view. Coming over with his little Mr. Sinister bullshit Yu-Gi-Oh card jobber jacket. I don't know. Cody sucks. Cody sucks, man. He knows this because if it was any other legit guy, that means he would actually like not win realistically. So he has to beat Anthony Ogogo because he can't beat Jericho. Then we had TNT title match. It was Miro versus Lance Archer, and the build was at least average. I just wish they didn't put his title on the line like the final week before the show. Even though before that it was already advertised that it was going to be Lance versus Miro. We had so many super kicks, like running super kick, thrust kick, donkey kick, near choke slam, uh, another Machka kick, roundhouse kick, Uranagi, a lot of heavyweight moves. The game over, just stretching over Lance Archer, like, they're really not trying to get this guy over because this is like, everybody dies. I do kicks and I like beating up midgets. Miro looked like $1,000,000. Thank God they're treating this better than the first couple of months. They had him over with Kip Sabian, trying to like be the best man to a man who's marrying a woman way out of his league, and now they got him as an upper mid card top guy, like bulldozing against a near 7 foot giant with a Hall of Fame manager. So good for Miro. Decent, pretty alright match. Just yeah, I don't think there's much going over for Lance Archer if he's not going to be getting over like a XWB guy. And Lance Archer's also an XWB guy as well, but over the poor advertising that he already has been jobbing out to most of the top guys over on the AEW roster. All he has is probably another rematch, and then he's just going to lose again. Pretty alright match. Aubrey Edwards, we'll get to her soon. We had, of course, Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker for the AEW Women's title. In the match, that was alright. Look, when you garner over suspense, there were several ways this match could have ended. There was a spot over in the goddamn match where, okay, Reba accidentally hits Britt Baker with the crutch, hits her, he could have retained. There was a fucking curb stomp on the belt. How come she didn't just hook over the lockjaw? End over the match with her cheating. Like, she's already that character, so why not? This match was so over inebriated, like dumbass Domoshi after a shining wicked from the back, and then she kicks out. Like, so much unnecessary stuff, and the match was alright. But it's like so much stuff that could have ended this in a consumable time. That could have been like, oh, average finish. I know they did. I know they wanted to make it longer, but it's fine enough that they ended up a realistic way that a person loses a fight. So that's my opinion on it. At least Britt Baker finally won. Hopefully they'll stop with this cycle of Joshi jobbers that can't get the TV show over, the women's division over. Hopefully after this they force over Ty Conti in a program and give Jake Cardell some screen time. Because it looks like they keep doing that over on Dynamite. They try to get women that look like stars over. Sure, Japanese pro wrestlers have their place, and I understand. Like we talk shit about these Japanese pro wrestlers, but how we come over from Maki Ito, how she's even too ugly to be a goddamn idol, and I don't care. That's how they work. She probably just couldn't hit the cut, and I'm not saying that to get to insult her. That's literally what the job she just can't do. She couldn't cut it, and that's okay. Nobody in America is gonna get over that. Whenever you probably can in Japan, they probably perceive that as normal, weirdo otaku stuff. Whenever wrestling fans see that, it's already as niche as it is this era. Imagine how it is just seeing Japanese women that look underage doing cutesy weeaboo crap, prancing over to the ring, and I'm supposed to take them seriously while beating up all the other chicks. Nobody's gonna take that seriously. I mean, I hope Hikaru Shida does well, and probably she gets a rematch where it could help get Britt Baker a bit more serious, beating probably the longest reigning women's champion. But yeah, this match was overdoing it, dragged over a lot of plenty spots in the latter half of the match, and could have been better in my opinion. But that's what we get. Like Britt Baker's a good woman on TV, but it even had freaking Tony Schiavone hugging. We all know Tony is taller than Adam Cole, bitch. That doesn't mean you have to hug her, bro. Yeah, but yeah, Britt Baker is good for TV. They should. I agree with Bonafide Heat. Had a well done analysis over the current state over on AEW, especially on Tony Khan, and how come you're not giving individual wrestlers, these people obvious, supposed over the top personalities, their own separate shows. Like hell with BTE. Like you can also give Britt Baker her own skits, give her own channel, give her own show, especially when she's women's champion. Like now you can do a whole lot of material. But you can do stuff on that can make pro wrestling a bit more prevalent with how we do with how short our process level is, and we probably don't want to see 2 hours of wrestling, but we'll see like a 5 minute skit. And it'll get us to watch the show probably if we get the character a bit more invested over the character. And sometimes that can be done separately. People would watch the show later. Like that can be done. In my opinion, they could have done this a long time ago. Like people remember Southpaw Regional Wrestling, and that was entertaining. Next up, we had another good match. Sting and Darby Allen versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky in this match. I was about to say Adam Page twice. But yeah. This match, big pops, Sting taking off the shirt, doing a crossbody on the poker chips. Ethan Page for literally gorilla pressing a $150 weighing Darby Allen, tossing him into the plant crowd. Still was a crazy moment because you don't see that a lot. A lot of good athletic moves off Scorpio Sky and Zaguri. Sting getting all the rational pops, even the Scorpion Deathlock. Great spot. I love the reaction. It just pops over Sting. Still doing spots. You still get the You Still Got It pop that I still hate. So, yeah, pretty good finish. Reliable to get the pop over, but imagine you get your free agent just coming over on Impact, and he couldn't just get the heat beating a Hall of Famer and a top guy. I don't get it. Like you bring these guys over from different shows, and they still don't get over off the established talent. like Darby Allen and Sting. Wouldn't that help Ethan Page, especially Scorpio Sky that just turned heel? We also had Mark Henry coming out. Some point is gonna get their ass kicked. No, they didn't give him his theme song. Obviously not. Obviously. We had the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, and the match sucked. Sure, there was some cool spots, but there was like Dragon Suplex. Like there was a spot where Kenny had a submission, and it took like several moments. I mean, no, it was a chain of pinfalls, like sunset flip, reverse, 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 reverse. And instead of Pac easily breaking it up or kicking somebody in the face, he took his sweet ass time to do a top rope 450 splash instead of taking the time to like kick out. Like it is so unnecessary. It just felt like a cruiserweight title match. Like the biggest spots over when Orange Cassidy nearly won this. Why are you wanting these mid card guys to like force over world title matches? Like it's so sad. Kenny's the most irrelevant part of the show. Like Superman punch, V trigger, stun, V trigger, dragon suplex. Like still the same arsenal. It would take a while when Pac was like doing a sit down power bomb and pushing over like Orange Cassidy. And when Orange Cassidy was taken out, Kenny would get all the belts and spike Pac with it. Spike Pac with it again. Spike Pac with it again. Orange Cassidy would try to molt up a comeback after noticing what Kenny was doing, but Kenny would spike him with the AEW World Title and retain in a shitty scene. And it just makes Kenny just look exceedingly more weak, even though he's supposed to be an accomplished best bout jobber that wins dirty, even though he's supposed to be in a higher level than the two sideshow jobbers. And now it's just so sad. And also, we had our main event. That was a Stadium Stampede match. In my opinion, I thought it was better than last year's Stadium Stampede match because I thought it was less YouTubey. Like, it was actually like less skittish. Like, we were seeing just regular fight in different parts of the arena. Kind of would have been better if they actually added more people around the football stadium because I know they were being better with adding more people in capacity of the crowd. So it's like, oh, why not just do it? So I thought it was fine. I like the entrance with the inner circle. Pinnacle did a decent jump. Some average callbacks from last year's Stadium Stampede. There were some rough bumps involving MJF falling over tables. I thought the weakest part of the match when they had to go back into the arena. So like you only do like some work of spots with the football stage, and you idiots have like one ring there, and you do that for the first 5 minutes so that everybody just fights outside. So it just means nothing just having a ring out there other than to just give it that atmosphere, even though they barely use it. In my opinion, they should use it. So I thought that was a lost opportunity. There were some cool spots. I hated that gay part when Sean Spears was with the chairs in the room looking like a final boss, and then Sammy Guevara kept kicking his ass and just tossing chairs every part he moved. Match was getting a bit also entertaining with Hagar and Wardlow just finding creative ways to kick each other's ass, like using dummies, using football blocks. Jericho getting a football tossed to him to just throw it at MJF. It ended with Spears and Sammy Guevara, with Sammy Guevara picking up the victory. So Inner Circle wins, even though they had a package literally going out, this is their final time over at the Inner Circle, maybe. And it's like, I knew this was going to be the last time. This wasn't going to be the last time back at Blood and Guts. And it's like, oh, they did that match for no reason. They didn't know that they want the fans to at least get some conclusive happiness in this. So it's going to be, come on, man. So they just had to conclude it just to sell over the pay-per-view. And it's just so sad. Match itself, I thought it was fine. Good match. Average ending. I'll give this like a 6. I'll give this an averageable 6 because I thought the crowd's reactions were on point. I thought like Leo Rush was alright, but poorly advertised. I thought there was poor booking in mind, and like 3 matches got me pretty amped up. Even the main event was an alright conclusion, but other than that, I thought it was an average show. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe and all that. Do whatever you want. I can't tell you what to do. I hate whenever people are just like, hurry, subscribe, like, and comment. Subscribe, like, and comment. Like, do it in your own pace. You got more videos that are like this, where I'm a bit more negative because I have to do this on a weekly basis. And let me tell you something. If you said you haven't watched pro wrestling in quite a long time, I'm literally going to be telling you every time in these videos and explaining, just by talking about it, why you stopped. Thanks for watching.